A rousing ovation for a group that many refer to as the Dream Team.
So what happens when you form a team with a combined total of 15 MVP awards, 23 NBA championships, and 117 NBA All-Star appearances? The answer is the 1992 Olympic Dream Team. Yes, this team was no joke. And with an average margin of victory at 43.75 points, it was no surprise that they took home the gold medal.
The U.S. has defeated Croatia 117 to 85, and they have, as expected, won the gold here in Barcelona.
Of all the games, though, which one was described by Michael Jordan as the most fun I've ever had on a basketball court? Was it their Game 1 win over Angola by 68 points? Or maybe the gold medal game against Croatia where they won by 32 points? Surprisingly, it was neither of them. In fact, it wasn't any of the official Olympic Games. No, the game His Airness is referring to is an inter-squad scrimmage held 3 days before the Barcelona Games officially began.
Monte Carlo. Was that as competitive as anything you've ever done?
Best game I ever played in.
The game often considered the greatest game ever played was just a pickup game with Assistant Coach PJ Carlesimo. Yes, that PJ Carlesimo, the guy who got choked by Latrell Sprewell, has coached 7 different NBA teams and now works in broadcasting as a referee, along with a man from Italy whose name we don't know, and it's not me. So in this video, we are going to cover not just how the game went, but the antics within the game, the lasting impact of the game, and how truly it served as the purest game of basketball imaginable. What is going on, guys? It's your boy, Luca Rosano, and today we bring to you the game NBA fans have never heard about. So the game was divided into 2 teams. Guards John Stockton and Clyde Drexler were both out due to injuries. Stockton a broken leg and Clyde with a minor injury, leaving 10 members to play. The white team consisted of Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Larry Bird, Karl Malone, and Patrick Ewing, while the blue team consisted of Magic Johnson, Chris Mullin, Christian Laettner, Charles Barkley, and David Robinson.
We gave them the college guy. You can have Christian Laettner. We don't want him. You can have him.
While the game was of the pickup variety, it was heavily reliant on free throws. We'll see how they played a part as this video continues. This game was devised by head coach Chuck Daly as a response to their sloppy 111-71 victory over France in an exhibition game. He wanted the team to get together and knock each other's heads out. And the team almost took that literally, as the scrimmage had several instances where fists were almost thrown. So what's the best way to get these 2 teams to take the scrimmage seriously? By putting the 2 most alpha players as captains of the opposing teams. Magic, the actual captain on the Dream Team, headed the blue team, and Michael Jordan, the most famous athlete in the world at the time, headed the white team. Let's dive into the action. First play of the game, it's Sir Charles splitting the duo of Jordan and Bird en route to the hoop and the foul for the round mound of a rebound. Blew up 3-0. Barkley finished the game with 11 points, and it's most important to note that he also led the Dream Team in points per game. Most folks assumed it was Jordan or Magic who would lead the team in scoring, but instead it was Sir Charles who ended up averaging 16.3 points per game, opposed to Magic's 9.7 and Jordan's 12.7. 10 points later, and it's Chris Mullin hitting the Pitman with the classic backdoor cut. Does he dunk it? No, but he converts the layup, blew up 13-4. For those of you who don't know, Chris Mullin was a 5-time NBA All-Star and had his number retired by the Golden State Warriors. He was at one time considered similar to Larry Bird in that both players were aggressive defenders with outstanding outside shooting. And when talking about his ability to read the court layout, Scottie Pippen said, "Mully just killed me on the backdoors. He wasn't that fast, but he knew when to make his cut." We haven't heard Jordan's name yet, but that'll change as the GOAT baits Robinson outside and gets a lucky bounce on a deep 3-pointer to bring it within 6. Jordan, in his prime and fresh off winning his 2nd NBA championship, he wasn't about to lose to a group he considered to be old and below him. Considered to be a friendly game, Jordan attacked it as if it were a championship game. Assistant coach Mike Krzyzewski is quoted as saying he cannot be kind, and man, oh man, he wasn't. Magic answers right back on a 3 of his own, and the Magic Man is talking some smack. Talking and walking before the shot even hits iron. Boom, right back at ya. he quips at Jordan, scores 16-7. It's at this point that Jordan is fuming, and Magic keeps adding fuel to the fire by quipping, "We ain't in Chicago Stadium anymore." Jordan isn't having any of it. For a man who spent most of his whole career with people assuming that the refs favored him, the last place MJ wanted to hear it was from a scrimmage before the Olympic Games. But Magic just kept pressing.
So I went over there, tapped him on the shoulder, and said, "Hey, man, if you don't turn into Air Jordan, we're going to blow you out today." Jimmy, his eyes got big. Usually that tongue come about right here, now it's way out.
Fast forward, and Jordan is doing what he does best, donning the "give me the damn ball and get out of the way" face.
Mike always got that look. When you see that look, then you know, just give him the damn ball and get out the way.
With his determination and sheer will to win at an all-time high, he splits 4 defenders and makes a highlight reel layup to get the score to 20-15. As Chris Mullin would say, it doesn't take much to get Michael going, just a little something to tweak him, and it's on. And he was right, as a few possessions later, Jordan did it again, pulling up from the top of the key for a long-range three-pointer over a leaping Mullin. Too late, he chirps as the ball catches all nylon, 31-26. Jordan is sensing the kill. Jordan is in the zone now, but he's not the only one. Malone was in the zone as well, just not a good one, as a foul on him leads to some choice words with the Italian referee. As he approaches him, his words were, well, if it were cable television, it would sound like this. "Oh, come on, man. Stop calling this clucking bullspit." If it weren't for Jordan intervening and telling him, "Come on, Carl, don't scare him," who knows what would have happened to the Italian ref. After confrontations by Magic and Jordan, it was Barkley's turn. After a call on him against Malone, he stalks the ref and yells, "Come on, man, that was clean." It was aggressive enough to warrant expectations that he might hit the ref. Malone goes 1 for 2 from the line, 38-32. Magic wasn't done jawing though, as a foul puts Robinson at the line. Magic quips, "All they did was move Bull Stadium right here. That's all they did. That's all they did." Jordan's response? "Hey, it's the 90s. Ouch. Magic didn't want to surrender his spot as the league's alpha, still believing that the NBA was his. But Michael wanted to make it clear that no, it wasn't Magic's league anymore. It was his now. Clock winding down, and it's Jordan once again sinking the game winners. Well, they were free throws after a Laettner foul, but the point still stands. Game white. 40-36. Regarding Laettner, again, the only college player on the squad, he edged out Shaquille O'Neal for the final spot on the roster due to his success in his college career, where he won back-to-back championships with Duke. The decision has been criticized by many, given the fact that Shaq went on to win 4 NBA championships compared to Laettner, who won 0 and played in the league for 13 seasons on 6 different teams. "Way to work, White," Jordan gloats to a pissed and demoralized blue team. The game couldn't have ended any sooner, as Jordan, Malone, Barkley, and Magic were all hot-headed, and head coach Chuck Daly was afraid that they might get aggressive, either towards one another or the Italian referee. Anyways, time expires and the white team wins 40-36. End of the story, right? Wrong. Jordan, the ultimate competitor, won't let the blue team hear the end of it. Not while they were still in the gym. He was asking Magic, "How you like that ass kicking we just gave you?"
How you like that ass kicking we gave you?
Oh, no. Come on now.
It continued on the bus back to the hotel as he sings his Be Like Mike song that Gatorade created just for him. Jordan didn't even stop at the hotel, where he walks in on Magic and Larry talking and simply says, "There is a new sheriff in town." But that was Michael. This man took the game personally and wanted everyone to know that he was the best. Not surprisingly, he led all scorers with 17 points. The impact of this game cannot be lost, and if you consider yourself a true basketball fan, then you have to understand that the dominance that the Dream Team displayed was only half the show. The other half came with the fact that the fans idolized them. And this was a time before social media, Instagram, Twitter, and all that. The only news came from newspapers and journalists who obviously couldn't be everywhere at once. When the players weren't practicing, which only accounted for 2 hours a day, they were golfing, gambling, or checking out the nude beaches, sites, and restaurants. No matter what it was though, you better believe that the trash talk followed them around. It reached the point on the golf course that Robinson left the round because Clyde the Glide and Barkley couldn't tone down the cussing. But what about this team's legacy? Well, they have been described as the most dominant squad ever assembled in any sport. Magic says it was the greatest moment of my life in terms of basketball, while Jordan called it the best game it was ever in because the gym was locked and it was all about basketball.
The way we competed and our desire and the sweat and the trash talking and all the beautiful things about the game of basketball was illustrated in that one particular game.
It's telling that the only way to grasp this utter brilliance in the Olympics is to not compare them to other teams. Remember, the average margin of victory was 43.7 points, but to compare them to themselves. The best way to gauge the level of talent was to compare them to each other. That's how far ahead they were in terms of ability. That's their legacy. Apart from the team itself, the impact they had on the game as a whole has been felt for decades. This game and this team changed the landscape of basketball forever. It saw the changing of the guards from Magic and Bird to Jordan. Besides that, interest levels from a global stance rose, as has the number of international players in the NBA. In 1991, the number of international players was 23. It skyrocketed to 74 in the 2011 season and now sits at 108 for the 2017-2018 season. Did you enjoy this video, and do you think that the 2012 Olympic team, consisting of Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Love, Chris Paul, and more, could have beaten the '92 Dream Team? Because Kobe thought so.
Well, we could. You know, it would be a tough matchup to say the least. I mean, you're dealing with all-time greats. I mean, the thing that we have at our advantage is that most of the guys that we have on this team are in their prime, and myself, you know, I'll be going on 17 years in the league, but I'm still 33 years of age. You know, you're not going to get a concession from either team. I mean, that's just not what's going to happen.
Let us know in the comment section below, as always. And if you're new to the channel, do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button because we post great stories like this every single day. This is Luke Rosano, and as always, thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys real soon.